Hey everybody, it's your friend ECW fan, and it's time for the monthly movies. Hey guys, hope you like that little intro, but yeah, it's monthly movie time, and as I promised about a week or two ago, I said August was a pure ass kicking month for movies for me. I made some great pickups, great trades. I picked up movies everywhere from thrift shop, pawn shops, Goodwill. CJ was with me when I picked up two of these. So if you're watching CJ, yeah, you'll see you get called out on this one. I picked up two good ones with you, and I think Eddie was with me on one or two of these. But a lot of these I picked up by myself, and Eddie, stay tuned to the end of the video. You will enjoy what the last pickup is. It's something that'll surprise you. Anyhow, because it's horror related. Anyhow, at Cheap Thrills, I made some trade for some games and store credit, and I decided to go ahead and throw them a bone. I decided to pick up one of the clearance the clearance TV shows. It was the first season of The New Girl, and this is a comedy that was in the 2010s, and it really became one of Fox's breakthrough hits at the time. And everybody liked The New Girl, and it was like a new Three's Company type series, where this girl, who was kind of nice and naive, moves in with these four guys. And these four guys are typical guys. And I think one of the funniest parts was one of the characters kept leaving and coming back to the show so many times. The actor would quit and do his own thing and come back. He did it like 2 or 3 times, I think, during the show's run. Another one I picked up was from a pawn shop. It was, and the DVD's loose, it's brand new. It is Saturday Night Live, The Best of David Spade. And I love these best of collections. I have Dana Carvey, Will Ferrell, Phil Hartman. I love these best of collections, and getting David Spade was kind of cool. This has him as Tom Petty, which I always like David Spade's impression of Tom Petty. I always liked that. Another one I picked up was at the Goodwill, and this one was on a time when I was by myself, and I was in there, and I was about to pick up a movie from Walmart, and I had some change on me, and I was like, it's a good thing I waited, because I went to Goodwill and found the Kentucky Fried Movie. The Kentucky Fried Movie is one of the Zucker brothers' good comedy movies from the late 70s, early 80s. It, The Naked Gun, Top Secret, and Airplane are some of their best stuff in the 80s. And Top Secret doesn't get mentioned much, but it should. The Kentucky Fried Movie I can't really discuss one of the scenes in it. It is so insane, crazy. You couldn't do that today, because with how things are, you couldn't do this type of scene that the Zucker brothers put in there. I picked this up at a pawn shop for my niece. It is Matilda, and Matilda is just a nice little family story comedy. It has Danny DeVito in it. It's a bad family and this magic girl. I've got to watch through it because me and the guy cleaned the disc, and I'm pretty sure it's good. The disc looks pretty decent. It was, it had fingerprints and all that dust stuff, and we cleaned it. The glass cleaner, me and the guy did. So hopefully it's good. Another comedy I picked up was a very Brady sequel. And this is the second Brady Bunch movie in the 90s. And all the cast returned for this one. This was Gary Cole and all the actors involved in the first Brady Bunch movie. And the first Brady Bunch movie is really good. To me, it's one of my favorites of the 90s. It took a family from the 70s and played off all the fun moments, and they did a sequel that was a little bit, different. They wanted to go ahead and do more. And they had Carol's long lost husband up here, and it was a decent episode. They went to Hawaii, and I can understand it. There was actually a third movie, and I think it's Brady Bunch Goes to Washington. I think Mike runs for senator or something like that, and It, I think Gary Cole and them come back and done it, and none of the kids come back because they was just too old by this point. But the I don't think it did as it just come direct to TV. It's not hardly mentioned. Uh, Now at that flea market that you saw on Wednesday that I took in, I did make some pickups, and I'm gonna go ahead and show them in this volume. It is Wings, the complete series, which I told you about. This has all 171 episodes of Wings. And the guy cut me a hell of a great deal on it. I went ahead and got the whole series. I was like, this is kind of okay. I might use it as trade bait maybe. Wings was one of those series that I kind of liked. It has some decent moments and characters. It's not my all-time favorite 90s series, but having this and all of Seinfeld, it's kind of nice, and Married with Children, so it's kind of nice to have all those shows. And the discs were in great shape. He had them all in sleeves, and he well took care of it. Now, at a pawn shop, I picked this one up. This was Everything Ernest, the 3-movie collection. And I've been looking for this one. At one pawn shop, somebody had put another disc in this, and I was like, I found it, and I was like, yes, this is what I want. That son of a blank put a crappy disc in a case like this. And so at the other pawn shop, I found this. And I was like, yes, because it has 2 of the movies I wanted of Ernest. It has Ernest Goes to Jail and Ernest Scared Stupid. And it has an episode of Hey Vern. I already have Ernest Goes to Camp, and I'm going to keep that one because it's one of the original, it's got, the disc. I like the cover. I just need Saves Christmas now. I got to find Ernest Saves Christmas. I might have Cheap Thrills order it if I can't find it. That would give me the 4 Ernest movies I want. I don't really care for about any other Ernest movies. I just wanted the first 4. Those first 4 are really magical movies for what they was. Now, speaking of classic 80s, on my trip to Big Lick that you saw a couple weeks ago and down there toward Roanoke, I actually stopped at some pawn shops on the way through. And this one shop, and almost a good bunch of these next 4 comedies actually came in the 75 cents booth. The guy was just running them off for 75 cents. He had them in the 75 cent section. There was Summer School with Mark Harmon from the 80s. And this was a classic. I loved Summer School. And I was like, I need to get that. I was so happy to get that in my collection. I got the Don Knotts collection, which only has 2 movies. The Reluctant Astronaut and The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. And I really wish I had the Love Guru. I was really wanting to see Don Knotts be a player, be a stud. Yeah, you tell him, Don. Golly, Andy. I can see him now. Oh, golly. Okay. And then, speaking of good comedies and with a little bit of a love story involved, it is French Kiss with Meg Ryan, who was one of my favorite women to watch. And, because she had this sweet, little chirpy flavor. I mean, Julia Roberts was hot, but Meg Ryan was playful on TV and movies. I always liked her. So she pairs up one of my favorite actors, Kevin Kline, who plays a jewel thief. And she's disgusted by him at first, and he's like, yeah. He doesn't care. He's a jewel thief, and he starts to, this bub. He's like, he makes fun of the guy, and eventually, those two work together. And I like the scene where she tells the cop, she says, I am a woman without a country, because she gave up her U.S. citizenship, and she couldn't go back to Canada. So basically, she was stuck, she said, I'm a woman without a country right now. Another one I got for 75 cents was this 6-movie collection set. And I like how they got these, because they check these discs real good, because I've got a couple from this pawn shop, games wise. Well, I like the Animal, and I like Deuce Bigelow, so I went ahead and got this set. I've got Joe Dirt and the Master of Disguise, which I could take the Master of Disguise back and trade it in for store credit possibly. And I'm gonna have to wait a while because Cheap Thrills said, "Hey, we've got to slack down on movies. We've had to tell people, people's just bringing in more and more DVDs, and I think they're following my madness of trading in for massive store credit." I found this one at a pawn shop on the trip. It is the Muppet Christmas Carol. This was nice. I like this one. Classic story. I love the Muppet Christmas Carol and I love the Disney Christmas Carol. Those are the two ones I really wanted. And I've got both of them now. Now, one of the 80s comedies, action comedies I wanted, and this movie was a bomb. It bombed in 1988 or 89 when it came out. And the movie is one I cannot describe. It is just a fantasy action comedy. It's got moments with Eric Idle in it. It's got John Neville, and it's got Uma Thurman, and it's got Robin Williams. It is The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, the Baron, and he tells tall tales. And the city's under siege. I can't describe it. He just arrives, and it's like as the story he's telling goes, he gets younger and younger. But he is the Baron, he's the Baron Munchausen. Now, if you saw that video, I mocked one of the Goodwills in the video because they had priced video games that was sports games that was 15, 16 years old at $6 a piece, and it's just ludicrous to see Goodwills doing this. I don't understand what they're doing, what the method to this madness is. This was down in Virginia, and I was sitting there, I was shocked. So I went over and I'm looking around, and they start pricing some season sets that way. And I was like, it's crazy, I said, and no wonder he had like a full section of movies. Now the individual movies was priced at $2 a piece, which was okay. I can agree with that. I can pay that. Well, I'm looking around, and I picked up a couple movies there. You'll see them in this volume. I'm pretty sure I remember them. But this one was Love American Style, Volume 2 from Season 1. And Love American Style is more famous for the fact this anthology series helped launch Happy Days, if you don't remember. Well, there was Love and a Happy Day, I believe it was called. So I picked up this volume, and the lady said, "Oh, that'll be $2 because it didn't have a price on it." Well, I was like, okay. Now this one actually came from a pawn shop. It is a Tom Hanks one. It's called The Volunteers, and it's a little known movie with John Candy. And Tom Hanks had a string of 80s films that really, like The Money Pit and Volunteers like this, that really weren't big major films like Big or The Burbs. So it's worth it.